So today we're going to talk about the biggest losers and winners in the Iowa caucus mess. But no prizes for guessing the biggest loser though. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Sharma show. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you. So I think it's fair to say at this point that the Iowa caucuses organized by the Democratic Party were a complete show. So even the early trends were showing that Bernie Sanders was in a very commanding lead and Joe Biden was actually performing really poorly. But instead of declaring the results on Tuesday itself, the party said that there were some inconsistencies in the results and that they were going to be tallying the votes again and declaring the results at a later date. So the state party in Iowa was using this new app that was developed by the Democratic Party, and for a lot of people the app wasn't working properly, and for a lot of people the app wasn't working at all. And even a month ago there were serious doubts about whether the app would work properly or not, but the Democratic Party decided to go ahead with it anyway. The other option of reporting results was the telephone, but even that option wasn't working properly because since the app wasn't working for a lot of people, everybody started using the telephones and then the telephone lines got jammed. And what was incredible was that Democratic Chairman Tom Perez started talking about how this app and this new system of recording the results was a new step for the Democratic Party, and he said this just a couple of hours before the whole mess unraveled. He said, "These changes are all about the future. They're about growing our party, uniting our party, and earning the trust of committed Democrats like you." I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. It's just beautiful.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never.
So late on Tuesday afternoon, they released a bunch of results, which were still only 62% of the precincts. They still didn't release 38% of the precinct results by Tuesday evening. And finally, on Thursday, the full results were declared after the primaries happened on Monday. And even then, there were wide reports that these final results were full of inaccuracies and errors. So after that complete mess that was the Iowa caucus, let's try to find out some winners and losers from these caucuses going forward. So when talking about winners, there's only one clear winner here, and that's Donald Trump. Democrats gave the opportunity to the Republicans and to Trump to gloat and to say how incompetent and useless the Democrats are, and that the American people are better off sticking with Trump and the Republicans, and he did just that. He said that the Democrat caucus is an unmitigated disaster. Nothing works, just like they ran the country. Brad Pascal, who was the campaign manager for Trump, also said Democrats are stewing in a caucus mess of their own creation with the sloppiest train wreck in history. He also went on to sow doubts about the fairness of the process, saying, "And these are the people who want to run our entire healthcare system." On top of that, there were also reports of low turnouts in Iowa as well. So basically, this entire shambles gave Trump an excellent stick to beat the Democrats with. So first, they gave Trump the stick of open borders. Then they gave Trump the stick of giving health insurance to illegal immigrants. Then they gave Trump the stick of socialism to beat the Democrats with. And now they're giving Trump the stick of Democrats either being incompetent or full of cheats.
That sucks.
So Trump's the clear winner here, but then there are also a couple of winners, but not really. So all the numbers that we have by Thursday suggest that Bernie Sanders and Pete Buttigieg are the two top vote getters here. And Sanders was the one that won the most votes in Iowa. The latest results showed Sanders with a more than 6,000 vote lead over Buttigieg in the first alignment and more than 2,600 vote lead in the final alignment. And more to the point, he was also the clear choice of Iowa's progressives with 26.6% of the votes, and was way ahead of Elizabeth Warren, who was sort of trying to portray herself as the more centrist alternative to Bernie Sanders. Pete Buttigieg did also fairly well in Iowa, finished close behind Bernie Sanders with 25% of the votes. He has always hung his hopes on a strong showing in Iowa, and it was a strong showing, and it will definitely help his chances going forward. But in my opinion, what he did was he made a mistake when he prematurely on Tuesday declared victory before all the votes and all the results from all the precincts had come in. But at the end of the day, he also benefits from how poorly Joe Biden did, and he has sort of molded himself now with these results in Iowa as the clear centrist alternative to Bernie Sanders, who is seen as a more socialist, a more sort of radical option for the Democrats. But I'll say one thing for Sanders, that whatever the outcome in Iowa, and no matter how well Buttigieg did, Sanders has definitely showed that he can translate enthusiasm on social media into actual votes, as he showed in Iowa. And for all the charges of socialism, and I absolutely hate some of the people he associates himself with, like Linda Sarsour, like Ro Khanna, who's a sneaky little snake, and Representative Jayapal, he definitely has popular support going into the other primaries. The Vermont senator also enjoys a commanding polling lead in New Hampshire. In the Real Clear Politics polling average on Tuesday, he was polling at about twice Buttigieg's level. So he could still yet get some serious momentum behind him, but judging by the fact that Iowa is so important for these Democratic candidates in terms of getting their name out there, getting their names in the minds of the American people, the complete incompetence of the Democrat really robbed Sanders from making his victory speech on Monday night, something that could have really propelled him onto the national stage and something that could have really given him a lot of momentum. What makes this even worse is that Trump, by all accounts, gave a great State of the Union speech, which was liked by 76% of the Americans who actually watched it. On top of that, his approval rating is at 49% and will likely go up as a result of the Iowa debacle and his State of the Union speech. And something people need to remember is that he won in 2016 with just 41% approval rating. So right now, his position is a lot stronger and he's in a lot better position to actually retain his presidency in 2020. So while Bernie Sanders didn't get to give his Iowa victory speech, Trump just made his position even stronger. And then some of the losers were Joe Biden. Joe Biden may have got his ass saved for another couple of months because of the Iowa debacle, because of the Iowa mess, and that the results weren't released on time. But still, the results have been released and people can see that Biden didn't do very well. He only got 13% of the votes and he finished behind both Buttigieg and Elizabeth Warren. So maybe his campaign can go on for another couple of months, but people clearly see that this is a candidate who is not as popular as originally estimated. Another loser is Warren, who finished third in Iowa behind Buttigieg. That's going to be a real hit for her because Buttigieg essentially leapfrogged her in the primary race. And look, she may still do well in the primaries in other states, but at the end of the day, man, I'm just really bummed out. I'm just really bummed out that a Native American woman of color will not be able to challenge Trump in 2020 and become president. It's just sad. It just bums me out, you know? And the biggest loser is the Democratic Party. You had one job. You already had your reputation badly tarnished in 2016 over massive allegations of corruption and the allegation that you screwed Bernie out of the nomination to help Hillary Clinton get the nomination in 2016. All you had to do in 2020 was not what you did in 2016 again. Look, it's most likely incompetence, it's most likely human error, but politics is a game of perception. Whether it's incompetence or whether it's actual rigging, in the eyes of the people, both are really bad. And 2 election cycles in a row now, Democrats have shown the people that they're actually completely incompetent or they cheat to help the candidates that they like. I mean, Trump's already in a strong position and now he's probably thinking to himself, I mean, do I even go out and campaign or do I just sit at home, watch Fox News and eat McDonald's? So Trump's busy strengthening his position while the Democrats are busy shitting the bed. And I want to ask you, who according to you are the winners and losers of this whole Iowa debacle? Do you agree with my list? Let me know in the comment section down below. As usual, guys, if you enjoyed today's episode, if you enjoyed the Sham Sharma show, make sure to leave a like, leave a thumbs up. It helps me out. It helps this new channel quite a bit. And if you like today's episode, if you like the Sham Sharma show, if you'd like to support the Sham Sharma show, you can go ahead and click on the Patreon link in the description down below. Become a patron of the show. You will be sent the brand new mugs that will be coming out very, very soon. And you also get to join the Discord server and the WhatsApp of the Sham Sharma show as well. If you like today's episode, if you like this show, and if you have not subscribed already, what are you doing? Click the subscribe button right here to subscribe. Make sure to press the bell icon as well to get all the new episodes that will come out on the channel as well into your feed. And you can click here or you can click here. to see the newest episodes of the Sham Sharma show as well. I'm sure you'll enjoy them too. I'll see you next time, and until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys soon.